Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the probable photo coloring right here is that talking about is like for photos that would require is like it would be highly recommended and required for like any type of editing tool processes. Is it so for probable is it talking about is like for the definition for the word probable is likely to happen or to be true, and then that likely but uncertainable possible, and then along with it's like maybe you'll add a few of my own words, but you have right here is you got that in the photo right here. I went and drew with like details right here. The photo is like from what it looked like from the picture, and of course this right here of course was details of what it looks like is like a machinery, from like a power plant, from some museum or whatever you call it. But the details I'll be adding, of course, is working with the pack of about 96 colors, and then a few colors like with the green, and then along with the blue, and then the brown and yellows, like say. But you have right here is go ahead and what I'll go ahead and start right here is with the brown. And with the brown, just add some details right here. Is like go ahead and start off with the side right here is to add some details. And of course, with most of us, that is like especially with the photograph, which I got this idea from a photograph that was taken back in like the early 80s, and the early 80s, it may have been the early 90s, something like that. But I would probably guess the early 70s or 80s. Something like that around the 90s, but go ahead and just add some detail right here. For it's like you got that looks like which is like a piece of from a machinery. It looks like from a power plant or something like that. But I'm not exactly sure what it is. It could be a piece of a space shuttle or whatever. But of course is to add see here. The blue, and then that of course is to add some details right here. For is add some details right here for the for if it's like a it's like a shuttle type of part that it will be displayed at like at the museum, say. But I'm not exactly sure what that was detailed in the photograph. But a lot of times that most of us, if we remember that we gotta go get a photo taken, and then more likely that the exposure, say that the photo would not turn out as well, and then of course that they would a lot of times would not charge you for whatever it is that the photo was if it didn't turn out very well. But of course is to go ahead and add some details right there, and then this right here is to see the red orange crayon. Let's go ahead and just add some details right here for the photograph. And according to the photo detail is that of course is to add some details. It's like for what I remember for what the picture looks like. And then of course is to see the blue green crayon. Let's go ahead and just add some details right here. But I would probably say that this activity, the probable photo, is basically is you just getting ideas for what the picture more likely is. And of course, since they don't even know exactly where the photo roll of film is, of course it was taken on let's say if I remember it was the Kodak brand, but of course is that with the Kodak brand that the roll of film of course was based on but is that whenever the picture was taken, but in the lightness and the darkness of the photograph. And I really would not even recall about exactly the details about the photo. Is that if it were taken at whatever location, but of course it's just to kind of get yourself some ideas. And of course one of those ideas, if you maybe on the bottom here, if you wanted to draw like a square, or it's like a circle. They draw a square or a circle, and then maybe add some, say, maybe some stencil art along with it. It's like it's stencil art or something like that. It's like just to add like little different shapes and give you some ideas for possibly what the photo could be displayed. It's like you go ahead and add just a little bit of yellow right here, and of course I would probably say is to start on the side here. It's like to go ahead and add some details, maybe add some paint. But I was working with the editing tools, I would say about an hour ago, and then maybe about 20 minutes ago, something like that. But I noticed that a lot of times, like on the editing tools, that they would have it to where they the brightness and along with the sharpness and texture and stuff like that. There's different things that you can change on a photograph, and of course it depends on what photo it is. If it's a scan, or if it's a photo scan, or if it's say duplicate, or say sharing uploads, or whatever it is, that more likely that it may not approve the photo too much. It's like certainly if it's not going to be as supportive on the software, that more likely that the chances are that the photo may not turn out as well. But then on the other hand, of course, you can maybe look at it as if with the photo that with anything creative that you can think about what you could do with the photo, like maybe add a few details, maybe some clues for it's possible about what it is and what the location of it. And I would probably say that nowadays, with technology nowadays, that you have it to where that with digital technology nowadays, especially with softwares that a few of them not familiar with, such as the codec, or it could be the expand edition or something like that, or say maybe Photoshop or anything like that. That back then, of course, back in the early 1980s, 1981 or maybe 1978 or 79, it was that a lot of the photos that were taken like on actual say Polaroid or say camera, that a lot of times is that they you take a picture and then you would have it developed a lot of times, or they would have somebody that that you would know that you would take it to have the film developed, or you may have to buy a kit just to have the film developed. But then of course is that a lot of the stuff nowadays that you have it to where you can do it yourself. It's like you can buy, it's like same with the photo printer, you take the pictures and then you can have it printed out yourself. But a lot of things you can do nowadays by yourself. I mean, you can pretty much do a lot of things with photos by yourself. Just you can't print your own money with the photos on there. If anything artistic that you want to add using the photographs, of course, would be is that maybe if you wanted to include it like on maybe a driver's license photo, or vacation memory trip photo, or anything like that, any type of collage that you can think about. But so far as Probable is like for a Probable Photo is getting ideas for what you think that the photo could be. And of course is that ideas of course could be is like working with maybe a variety of colors, just like what I'm doing is just working with the artistic ideas for the variety of colors that you have to work with. And I would probably say that this photo right here was more likely was taken at like a museum that was visited. It's like from family member, aunt and uncle or whatever you say, that was in the photo collection that I have around. And a lot of times we could probably think about is that with no charge, is that say for the best of say for Probable Photos, like for the best result, you say. And with that Probable Photo is talking about is trying to make the picture, is like describe it with details. And of course with it's like with it's like maybe the photo resolution, or maybe the details of the photo. Talk about the detail right here is like the details of the photo. Of course is that is to know about that the camera